Hey, good afternoon, guys. So we had a really great time down at FRCC. We took Ghost through the Bounty pit a couple times. This is the result. Like, it is so muddy, and this is after I peeled off all the roots and stuff off the axles and the A-arms and stuff. What's just left is just mostly kind of black dirt mud, but like there's like literally like pools of mud kind of dried in now. So I thought this would be a great time to go over what I do for washing. Like, look at those chunks of mud in there. Oh my god, this is going to take a while. I've not really found a real quick way, but I have found the easiest way that I find. I'm going to try something new today too. So usually I just use this really cheap dollar store or Walmart brand car wash, just because last fall they were blowing it out for like $2 a jug, and I bought like 10 jugs. So it costs like 50 cents to wash your machine. So today I'm going to try using like a degreaser, the super clean. It's kind of like a cleaner degreaser. I'm going to go half that and then half laundry soap. I'm going to mix it in there, and I'm going to try that in our little foam cannon. Our little foam cannon came with our Power Play pressure washer, but you can buy them anywhere. You can buy them on eBay or Amazon or whatever. They're really cheap, or even local hardware store should have them too. So we'll soap with our little hot rod here, and then we'll use, we have a really big one, and it's just more flow, and it just helps rinse the mud off quicker. I can't remember what it is. It's something like, I don't know, 3.5 or 4 gallons per minute. It's a really big beast, so it definitely makes a little bit more quick work of the really tough jobs like this. So so I'm gonna get to work mixing that stuff, and then we'll see what it looks like when I got it all mixed. First, we're gonna drain the cooler. We'll wash that separate. Okay, so here's what we got. This is gonna be, I bet you, suds like insane. I just shook it up a little bit, then the whole container's full of suds. So we're just gonna try to pour it in here one-handed. Oh, it doesn't even look that thick. Holy, super clean. Definitely cut right through that laundry soap, but see how it does for suds. All right, so we got all the soap put on. I did about, I don't know, 4 passes, just to make sure that it's soaking in. But man, it took off it took off a ton of the dirt already. But this stuff here, I just wanted to sit and soak like that big pool of dried mud there, just so it can loosen all that up. And you'll see we'll have a way easier time rinsing all this off now. So I can't remember if I said another tip too is either do it in the shade or wait till later in the evening when it's not so hot. Because say if we were in full sunlight right now, you'd be baking this back on again. So it doesn't take long to evaporate and start to dry on. So you almost are no further ahead. So either get someplace in the shade, or else just wait till later in the day when it cools off. So we're just gonna let that sit for about 10 minutes and soak in real good, and then we're gonna start rinsing. Okay, I was curious, so I looked up the stats. So this one here is 3.5 gallons per minute at 3,800 PSI. It's a 8.5 horsepower Honda. And then our power play washer is 2.7 gallons per minute at 3,300. And it's most likely a 5 or a 5.5 horsepower motor. They rate this one in pound-feet of torque at 9.5, but horsepower is probably around 5 or 5.5. So this one does really well too. It's just up, I say would be probably your midline. It would be just up from your midline pressure washers, and this would be more kind of at the top of the line for pressure washers as far as gallons per minute and pressure. So I always use the 40-degree tips. I never go any narrower than that. I find that that's gives you great flow. And then I've never ever stripped off any of my wraps. I've never, you know, injected water into any of my seals or anything like that. And I've been pressure washing machines for like 15 years now. I've never had an issue. So if a piece of advice is just stick with that 40-degree tip. It's usually the white one. It's the white one on here too, 40-degree. So you get to 25, 15. They're a lot more concentrated, and I think you can start to have issues, like definitely, you know, at the corners of your wrap and stuff. If you ever got under that, you'd start peeling your wrap back and stuff like that would just cause you issues. So, and probably not get done any quicker. So we're just about done soaking here, so we're gonna fire up the big guy and rinse all this junk off. There's still so much junk in here, but it'll take a little bit to do, but we'll get her. So we're about 90% of the way there. So we got all the big chunks and most of the grass off. So what I like to do is the last 5 minutes of washing, I like to start it. That just basically warms the motor up, evaporates any water that may have got up in the exhaust, gets the clutches turning. Same thing, if any a little bit of moisture got down any of the clutch intake or whatever. I just like everything to get good and warm so water doesn't sit and get a chance to rust anything. So plus you can kind of really spray into the exhaust when it's running, because it'll just shoot it right back out, so it'll clean all the dirt out of the tips anyways. So yeah, whew, it's a lot of work. You guys are the side-by-side, you know, you spend 90% of your time just blowing dirt from one side to the other. You clean all this side, go around, it's all on the other side, clean all the other side. So you do that 1,000 times, and every time there's a tiny bit less because it falls out the holes in the skid plate. So you're just from side to side to side to side. You blow all this side, it looks perfectly clean. Go around the other side, do that side, you come back, it looks like you never even touched it. There's so much guck on this side. But like I said, you just keep doing that, and eventually it ends up on the ground. So you'll see once it dries, it won't have that really nice shine. So we're going to show you what we do to treat the plastics, basically everything, tires, rims, plastics, any metal, shocks, everything. What we do to treat that so that it'll sit, when it's sitting inside, it'll look like it just came out of the freaking showroom. It'll look brand new. Okay, but that's it for now. We got all the hard work done for sure. So man, I could not imagine if the rad was up front. I would have spent an hour trying to clean it out, but with this Can-Am rad relocate, it's right up out of the way, super easy to blow out. See, it's just starting to steam out there. But man, if you're a mud rider, relocating your rad is like, it'll save you a whole bunch of trouble. Okay, look at that freaking gorgeous sunset. It sucks, man. It's end of July. The sun is going down way earlier. Oh, pretty. Oh, still lots of time left. All right. Also, a lot of it ends up on your face and your clothes, so that's just the nature of the beast. Most of that is from the interior, all that mud sitting on the seats. It just blows back right in your face. So if Mrs. Austin was here, I would tell her to unleash the pressure washer on me and I'd sing I'm a maniac while I'm dancing around, but she's not here, so I gotta go frickin' desecrate the shower. Hey guys, what's happening? So it's the next day. We got Ghost all cleaned up yesterday, and I pulled it into the shop here, and I was gonna show you guys the kind of last step I always take once it's all clean and dry. So if you can let it dry for overnight, that's great. You don't got any water to deal with or whatever. But looking under here, under the lights, I cannot believe how good that wash did. It was half degreaser, half laundry detergent. So like it is, I haven't put anything on. Look how freaking shiny it is already. The plastics maybe could use a tiny bit of help, so we'll still put on the after coating. But as far as, you know, if I would feel no remorse whatsoever leaving it how it is and taking it out. Everything else inside came out really nice. We got all those big mud piles out of there. Got tons and tons of grass, more grass and clay and junk out of the undercarriage and everything. So usually here's what I use for, it's all very similar. Some works better than others, but basically they're just a type of either silicone, tire foam. Can-Am makes a couple of really nice products. This is a matte finish, so it maybe isn't so shiny. If you don't want a really shiny look, that's a really good one. But it's basically, people use Lemon Pledge. I've heard everything. WD-40, like really, I've heard people using everything. But when you get really bad mud stains that just don't seem to come off, you spray that either whatever you use, and it leaves it like this. It leaves it freaking gorgeous looking. So if you wash your machines and you're just not happy with how it comes out when it dries, just get some tire foam, get whatever you find cheap, you know, at the dollar store, whatever, find some cheap stuff, throw it on there and you'll be freaking amazed. So, but I gotta say, I am very, very impressed with that. You know, like I said, half degreaser, half laundry soap. Like it is, it looks like I finished it already in tire foam, but I haven't yet. So we'll spray the black plastics and stuff, and then we'll look at the overall results. So like I said before, oh, you hear Marley just crying. She wants to come in the shop. Like I said before, I basically use this stuff like really on freaking everything. Tires, rims, shocks, plastics, everything. And it just, like I said, gives you this really nice shine. It's gonna shine up the even shinier stuff, but it really helps bring back like the black, like nice deep dark black in your black plastics. If your plastics look kind of gray, spray some stuff on, let it sit. And like I said, best to do it out of the sun. Do it in the shade, inside if you can, but in the shade, or just wait till later in the day when the sun's low in the sky. All right, so we'll get this whole baby coated, and then we'll take a look at the final results. Okay, we got her all shined up and she's all dry. So we're just gonna pull her outside and see how it looks. Woo, it turned out good.